Yo, what's up, y'all? Real quick, you guys had some questions. I shot a questions and answer video, and you guys jumped in the comments and you put your questions in there, and I wanted to address some of those questions you guys had. So right off the bat, I grouped all of these questions of what's your favorite, what's your top five, you know, could you re-rank your top five now? What's your favorite type of metal? All of those favorite type questions. I'm not gonna address those in this video. I'm just gonna shoot a whole video just addressing how my tastes have changed, my favorite bands, top 5, top 10 albums, and you know, all that favorite type of questions like that. I'm gonna lump all those type of questions like that into one video and shoot another video of that stuff right there. This is gonna be stuff outside of that. So let's jump into those questions and let's answer those. Come on. All right, up first we have David. David wants to know if I had any regrets from changing my format to the I used to do the, you guys remember I used to do the marathon format to now doing the Patreon format. And do I have any regrets for changing it up? No, because I'm thinking about switching it up again, to be honest with you. You know, I run my course, and then when I get kind of burnt out or bored with something, I switch it up. So the Patreon is actually keeping me focused. So it's keeping me doing metal. So I did my format, then I got tired of it, and I would have just stopped doing videos if it wasn't for Patreon, because I was just like, okay, I had fun with that and time to move on. But then the Patreon thing started, and you guys kept the channel going. You guys sending your requests and wanting me to do stuff keeps me doing it, because before I was just doing it because I wanted to, and you guys sending me your requests and me reading comments is keeping me here. So no, I don't regret it, because other than that, my other choice was just to stop doing it. So no, I don't regret it at all. The Patreons are keeping me going, and I'm thinking of switching it up again to more of a playlist, singles, videos style. Instead of just doing whole albums, I'm gonna have you guys send me a playlist of 8 songs to get me to listen to, versus just me going through an album when all you guys really just want to hear me listen to the 1 or 2 songs off the album. So you guys can send me your favorite 8 songs, and I'll react to it. So that's where I'm going next. Let me know what you guys think about that. All right, up next we got a question coming in from MJ Nation, man. Yeah, man, you've been following me for a while, man. I've been seeing your comments pop up. Shout out to all you guys that are consistently in my comments. I see y'all, man. I see y'all, Pyramid and MJ Nation and Brendan and all you guys. I see you guys, man. But yeah, man, his question was what metal would I like to dig deeper into, or what music I would like to dig deeper into. What I'm most interested in, you guys, is when a metalhead decides to get into his sexy bag, when he decides to get a little swaggy, talk that jazz to the ladies. What's his go-to? What's his go-to, man? Hip-hop heads, we got our R&B. That's not soul R&B. It's that talking shit, you know, swaggy R&B, that trap soul type of stuff, that Bryson Tiller, you know, your Trey Songz, you know, you're talking a little spicy. So I want to know what you guys are listening to when you want to get into your romance bag, when you want to get into your swaggy talk bag, when you want to talk that little jazz to the ladies. What are you guys bumping in the car when you have a girl with you guys, when you guys go to the club and you get off and you leave the club and you got a chick in the ride, you on the way to the crib? What you bumping? I know you ain't listening to this with the ladies. That's gonna get them out the mood. I'm pretty sure you start playing this stuff around the ladies, man, that's gonna get them out the mood real quick. They go dry up real quick, man. So I want to know what you guys are listening to when you get into your sexy bag, man. Put that stuff down in the comments, and I want to check that out, man. What are metalheads listening to when they want to get in their sexy bag, man? All right, man, come on. Let's keep these questions going. We got a question coming in from Brendan. Brendan wanted to know what are some things that I've learned about metal in general, and also if I was to recommend a metalhead trying to get into hip hop, what would I recommend? All right, so the first question is what have I learned about metal in general for the past 2 years? Oh man, one thing that stood out to me the most is this concept. If I ask a room of 100 hip-hop heads what their favorite, rapper is, who their favorite rappers are, I'm gonna hear similar names. I'm gonna hear the name mentioned more than once, more than twice, more than 10 times. I'm gonna gather enough data to where I've come to a good 5 to 10 names repeated. If I ask a room of 100 metalheads what their favorite band is, oh my God, I'm gonna get such a range, a wide variety of bands. I'm not gonna hear the same name mentioned twice for a minute. For a minute, man, I'm not gonna be able to consolidate and say, okay, I asked 100 people what their favorite bands are, and 50 people said this name. 25 people said this name. No, it's gonna be like maybe 10 of y'all mentioned the name twice, and then maybe another 10. Then next thing you know, I'm gonna have 50 different bands to choose from, versus asking, hip hop heads. I'm gonna get the same 5 names mentioned over and over. But metalheads, man, the variety, the range is just so huge, man. There's all these different names of all these different people I ain't never heard of, such and such and such and such and such. I'm just like, okay, I can't get everybody on the same page. I can't just assume that everybody likes the same, because you guys just don't. And that's what makes it fun, man. That's what makes metalheads just don't seem to agree on shit, man, and have the same taste of nothing. It's because it's really about subgenres of the sound and pockets. It's not like your favorite band. It's like, what's your favorite sound? So there's the rock sound, there's the growling sound, there's the clean vocally sound, there's the more poppy boy bandy sound, there's the fax machine technical sound. It's just the subgenres just divvy off into these brackets, into more brackets and more brackets, and it's just like, whoo. It's a lot of brackets of breakdown and metal, man. So that's what I've learned, guys, about metal, man. So yeah, man, I don't really have like my favorite bands. Once again, I have like my favorite sounds, if that makes sense. My favorite brackets of sound. You got one guy going and another guy going and another guy going, and I can't tell you the difference between that guy from the next guy, but I do know that subgenre of sound, and I take that sound from that lead singer, and I say I like that sound. And then you got drummers, they go, and you got drummer, they go, and you got drummer, and they go, boom. So it's like, okay, which drums do you like today? And then you got guitar work, they go, and then you got guitar work, they go, it's like, okay, which guitars do you like today? So it's just because it's so much. There's so much to choose from, so many different instruments. Are you listening to drumming today? Are you listening to strings today? Are you listening to the vocals today? Are you listening to the lyrics today? I can't tell you how many times I just didn't listen to not one word, because I'm just so caught up into the emotion of the sound that carries over what's being said. And that's another thing that's different from metal than hip hop. It's more about the emotion of how it's said, and the instrumentation, and the cinematics of the movie, and not like what you're talking about. Just the cinematics of the album. And that's one thing that I've noticed about metal, guys, and that's what I love about metal the most. It's just the cinematics of it all. That's why you guys love watching me react to this stuff, because I gravitate and I immediately feel the cinematics of the album. But yeah, man, that answers the first part of the question. Let me pause it. All right, and the second part of that question is what hip hop would I recommend to a metalhead to get them into hip hop? Ooh, you really want to ask me that, guys? Listen, guys, I've been waiting to try to put you guys onto something. If you are a metalhead and you're not quite into hip hop, ooh, I got some stuff for y'all, man. Listen, I've been waiting to create a playlist just for that particular reason, to get metalheads into hip hop. And I got a playlist I started up. I got some stuff. I'm gonna put it in the comments, and I want you guys to click on that and check it out if you're on Spotify, man. I'm gonna create a playlist for you guys. I've always wanted to do this, so now I get my opportunity to do this. I'm gonna create a playlist. It's gonna be called Hip Hop for Metalheads from me. And I'm also gonna do one of metal that I think hip hop heads would like. If I was playing some metal and I had my boys in the car, which songs would I put them on to? So first of all, I'm gonna put together the playlist of hip hop songs for metalheads, and I want you guys to go and check that out. But to answer your question specifically, it would definitely 1000% be trap music. It would be what we call mumble rap. Because these albums has the most textures and layers, and metal is all about layers, right? You got singing, you got drumming, you got guitar works, and you got layers of things to listen to. If I was to tell you guys to go check out some 90s boom bap, it's extremely boring from a layers perspective. It's just a bunch of words, bunch of talking, blah 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 blah, over some boring boom bap, very stale, hollow beats. And they just doing a whole lot of talking. And a lot of people say, you know, I'm into lyrics, I'm into words. It sounds good to say out loud that I'm into lyrics, but if you really listening to your playlist and the music you listening to, that's not the case. That's just not the case. People like how music sounds. They like layers, they like textures. So I would definitely recommend trap music. Trap music has the best textures, the best layers. I know people want to shit on Future, but the production of his albums are so layered. There's so much of an atmosphere, and that's what metal is. It's an atmosphere, it's layers, it's the cinematics of an album, and trap music has that element strong over any 90s boom bap stuff, man. So I would definitely recommend some trap. So let's get that out the way. It's gonna be trap, it's gonna be fast hi-hats, it's not gonna be boom bap boom. No, it's gonna be hi-hats. It's gonna be speedy drums. It's gonna be with some layers and some textures and some atmosphere behind it. And so with that said, man, it's going to be Future. It's going to be Travis Scott. It's going to be Flatbush Zombies. It's gonna be Schoolboy Q put out a metal flavored album, a trap flavored album. Danny Brown put out a trap flavored album. Run the Jewels, they do trap flavored production. A$AP Rock, trap flavored production. Kanye West, 808s and Heartbreaks, Jesus, those were just layered with cinematics. So those will be the albums that I would recommend to metalheads to get them into hip hop. I'm gonna create that playlist for you guys. I'm gonna put it down in the comments, and it's gonna be those people I just mentioned. And if some more come to my mind, I'll add them in later. So I want you guys to go and follow that playlist, guys. Go and follow that playlist, and let me know what you guys think about that playlist. If you're not a metal guy, if you're not a hip hop guy, please check out this playlist and give me some feedback of what you think about these albums. And just really pay attention to the cinematics of the album, the layers and textures of production. And these guys, they're not gonna say a whole lot lyrically. They're not gonna say a whole lot, but they're going to give you a performance of how they deliver the message, and it's just going to be layers upon layers of vocals. There's going to be weaving in and out of the synthesizers. It's not what you say, but when Travis Scott is saying the rock star skinny, the echo, the cinematics, the swelling of the song. That's what it's all about. So those type of hip hop albums, I would definitely recommend to a metalhead, because it's all about textures and layers and swelling and build up and emotions. So yeah, man, go check it out. All right, guys. Ow.